Y'all, given these times that we are in, our mental health is more important than ever. So in this quick video, I'm gonna show you 3 techniques to remember who the hell you really are anytime that you forget. Now here's the thing, we throw around this word mental health all the time, but do you actually know what mental health really means? Mental health does not always mean feeling good. I want you to think about it like physical health. A strong immune system doesn't mean that you never get sick or that you never get exposed to anything. It means that your immune system or your health system has the ability to process things and take care of the toxic stuff without it dragging you down. This is what we call good health. And your mental space works exactly the same way. With mental health, yes, you can experience joy and happiness and pleasure, but you can also experience sorrow and pain and loss and grief and confusion and uncertainty without it breaking you down. And I want you to know that you do have this capacity. Number 1 has to do with the breath. And it's a practice called the 888 breath, which is super, super simple. It's really not very complicated at all. With the 888 breath, all you have to do is inhale for 8 counts, exhale for 8 counts, and then this is where it gets advanced. You hold your breath out for 8 counts. And that holding the breath out helps to regulate your nervous system so that you can reset. One of my favorite quotes is, "No solution can possibly exist when you're lost in the energy of the problem." That's a quote by Michael Singer. And when we're lost in the energy of the problem, when we're swirling in uncertainty and we have all this junk going on, we can't find solutions. We can't remember who we really are. And so when we turn to the breath, which is scientifically proven to be linked to our nervous systems, then we can center our nervous systems and find the solution from the energy of the solution. All right, and if you wanna be really advanced with that breath technique, if you wanna know how to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, instead of counting with your mind, see if you can feel your heartbeat and follow the counts of your heartbeat. That really takes it to the body, which brings me to my second point. Here's the deal, y'all. You are not going to think your way to mental health. I need you to hear me when I'm saying that. You're not gonna think your way to mental health. Oftentimes, all that thinking is what got us stressed out in the first place. What we have to do is feel our way to it. And so to do this, we go to the body through a simple technique that I call the heart rub. And it's super easy, literally the easiest thing in the world. You just place your hand, one hand over your heart. You can do both actually if you want, and rub your hands in a circular motion. Sometimes a little easier to do with one. And this ain't just some woo-woo spiritual stuff. This is not that. This is actually scientifically proven to make you feel better. And this is why we actually feel so connected to people when we give them a hug. It's because it's connecting us through the center of our heart. So our bodies release a chemical that's called oxytocin, and that's kind of like the feel-good chemical. Now, number 3 is really important. My third tip is about being able to feel and name your feelings. Now, this is a really important one, okay? I'm gonna show you on the screen right now something called the emotional wheel, or the wheel of emotions. This wheel has all the different emotions that you could possibly feel. And I find that often our vocabulary around feelings can be so limited. We say things like, "Oh, I'm just tired," or like, "I'm feeling bored right now," or like, "I'm just like kind of in a mood, but I don't really know why I'm in this kind of mood." Or, worst of all, this is the worst one when you know you're really not naming your feelings, is, "I feel like he," or "I feel like she," or "I feel like you," blah, 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 which is making it all about the other person. But that takes away our power. It makes us the victim, and we are not victims, my people. We are not victims. And even though we go through hard stuff, and even though we end up in situations that we don't want to be in, and things that we don't want to deal with, and things that were not ours to deal with in the first place, if we cannot, first of all, feel what we're feeling, and second of all, name what we're feeling, then we cannot have good mental health. So here's what I recommend. The emotional wheel, okay? You look at it, it names all these different emotions, which is really awesome. And then you'll set a timer on your phone for the same time every day. I did mine for 6:30 p.m. every day consistently. That timer will ring, you just boom, get the timer, turn it off, close your eyes for a second, and just ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? and then you try to name it within yourself. And usually, again, our vocabulary is a little limited, but then you just go to the wheel. You look at all the words in the wheel, and then you can see how to name your feelings with a better vocabulary. And this will help you in your relationships, in your life, being able to actually name what you feel. You matter. And I want you to know that it's okay if you feel sad, or if you feel angry, or if you feel confused, or if sometimes you feel like you want to cry. That does not make you weak. We all do. Emotional health is about being able to paint with the full palette of our emotional wheel. Not just the joy and the happiness, but it's the sorrow and the grief and the uncertainty, and not letting it break us down when it arises, but giving us the capacity and the resilience to hold more. And I want you to know that we're all in this together. We're gonna get through this like we always do, and we're gonna rise together.